Hi, Dr. Chait here from Kinetic Rehab and Spine. So I want to talk to you about spinal stenosis. I see a lot of patients that come through at a younger age with spinal stenosis. What is spinal stenosis? I want you to zoom in a little bit here. Come here. So let me go onto the side. So you see these nerves? The nerves exit the spine and they go down the leg. There's also nerves in the neck, in the mid-back with the rib cage, and then there's nerves in the lumbar spine. There's 5 lumbar vertebrae, and there's discs between each vertebra, and these nerves come down, they innervate the legs, some of the nerves innervate the organ systems, etc. So what happens sometimes with, as we age, we start getting arthritis in the joints of the spine. And you see these little joints right through here? I don't know if you can see that, if you zoom in a little bit. And if I push the spine back like that, you see how the joints are now compressing? Right? So over time, as we age, arthritis builds up in those joints. And then when we try to stand up and walk, the spine can't reverse itself and arthritis is built up around that area, so the nerve gets compressed. So any kind of extension of the spine or prolonged standing, and then when you bend forward, you actually feel a little bit better. That's typically a sign that you have spinal stenosis. And you get images to prove that out. But more importantly, well, I want to teach you some exercises that either you think you might have spinal stenosis, or if you have arthritis in your spine, or you've been diagnosed. And the simple exercises I want to show you should be able to help. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to reverse this motion. So right now, the spine's into extension. What we need to do is flex the spine. So if I flex the spine, see how these joints open up? It decompresses the nerve roots. That's why if you have spinal stenosis and you sit down, you feel better. Or we call this shopping cart test. You're walking and you have pain, but you rest your elbows or forearms on the shopping cart, the pain goes away, right? Those are all indications of potential spinal stenosis. But to get confirmation, make sure you go to see a physician and get x-rays. All right, so very simple. We want to flex the spine. So simple, easy exercise you can do. If you think you have spinal stenosis, is basically just bend forward and then come back up. Bend forward and come back up. So what I'm doing when I bend forward and come back up, I'm flexing the spine, I'm reversing that compression of that nerve root, okay? We could also do this lying on the floor. So we could do a single leg or a double leg, knee to chest. Part of my tools. And have your head flat. All right, and then we could do double legs. Both knees up. And come back down. Come back up. Good. Now, the most important muscle you got to think about when you have spinal stenosis is the muscle called the psoas and the iliacus. So what we want to do is be able to release these muscles. And if you find your belly button and you go 2 inches over and 2 inches down, and you roll the spine forward a little bit, you want to dig into these muscles. And you want to spend some time, like 30 to 60 seconds on both sides. That's going to help reset those muscles. Okay? And that's number 3. Number 4 is if you have a soup spoon at home over your shirt, not in the skin right now, you can actually bend forward and scrape the skin a little bit with that soup spoon. Right? That's going to increase blood flow. And we do it on both sides. Now, as far as exercises go, we want to open up the front part of the hip. So a couple things we can do to open up the front part of the hip. And you can do this in a staircase. I'll put my foot up on the third or fourth step. I'm going to turn my back toe in. I want to engage my glute on this side. As I engage my glute, I'm going to drive the hip forward so you feel a stretch in the front. And then relax. Engage the glute, then come forward and relax. Engage the glute, come forward and relax. Do that about 5 to 10 times. Then switch legs. Make sure the back toe is turned in. Squeeze the butt cheek, engage, come forward and back. Squeeze the butt cheek, engage, forward and back. So once we open up the front, we opened up the spine, now we want to do some stability work. So one of the exercises I love to do to teach you to get through the hip is a bridge. With the toes up slightly, you can lift the heels up. I'm sorry, the toes up. You want to drive through the heels, come up, engage the glutes, and then come back down. If that's too easy for you, we could go single leg where we take one knee to your chest. And from here, and then back down. This is going to teach you to get through that hip. So we engage the glute to get through the hip. Next exercise, the last exercise I want to teach you is something called bird dog. I like doing bird dog with a stick on your back, but I don't have a stick. Very important when you get into bird dog position is you want to corkscrew the elbows. So if I face this way, if my elbow's out like that, and that's stabilizing my core. You want to turn the elbows facing you without turning the fingers out. Boom, so I'm locked in. Now from here, head is not down because the spine will follow the head. You want to have your neck in neutral. Now from here, you're going to lift your left leg up and right arm up at the same time. And then come back down. Now you want to focus on tempo. You want to go really, really, really slow. 5 seconds up, 5 seconds down. This one simple exercise, when it's done properly and the timing is done very, very slowly, you're going to build a lot of core strength. So I want you attempting to do all these exercises. Hopefully this gave you an in-depth look at how spinal stenosis can affect you if you're diagnosed with it. And some simple, easy techniques for mobility and stability that you could do at home. If you have any further questions, feel free to text me or call me at 201-379-0666, 201-379-0666. Always here to help you. Sempre levante, always forward.